lives in Blacksburg, Virginia. She lives with her sister and her parents. She enjoys playing with her sister Mia and curling up with a book or writing. She likes to read long chapter books. Her favorite authors are Louisa May Alcott, J.K. Rowling, and Roald Dahl. She has 4 chickens and 3 dwarf hamsters. The people who inspired her are included on the dedication page.
Forgiveness by Ava Lazar. Forgiveness by Ava Lazar. Dedicated to Mia, my parents, and everyone in my class for all their wonderful inspiration. If Sally had kept that promise, nothing would have happened. At least not as bad as this. If you want, I might tell you all my story. I would rather skip the whole author's tea story. Fine. When I was 12, my sister made a promise. I will never leave you, brother, for all my life. We were the type of twins that never fought. All siblings normally quibble and squabble, quarrel, and mortal, but not us. Mom said we were different. Mom is right. When I was 12, I said nothing could stop me. This is not true. It just happened that the day Sally made her promise was also our birthday. I never knew her birthday wish, but I'll bet I could guess. I heard Mom call me in that prim voice of hers. You may go to town, each with one thing from home, and bring back money. She expected us to work for her. Even if she had given us a birthday present, this will always be work. True, she fed us every day, but me and Sally decided to leave for good. I took out my saxophone and my hat. I stuffed a sleeping bag in the saxophone and placed my saxophone back in its case. Nothing could have stopped me as I was unroping Wilder, my horse. I was determined to get away from my deplorable mother. Sally rode over on her donkey she had risen from a foal. Sally told me that she was going to get my wheelbarrow I used for carrying wood. It was old, brown, and wood. It had lost its stopper to keep it from rolling away. I took a rope from the shed and Mom's large umbrella. I attached the rope to Wilder and was ready. Again, she walked over, this time with the wheelbarrow. Look, I brought my viola. And you? She asked. A disapproving expression spread over her face as she saw my wet saxophone. You're bringing that thing? I scowled and put it in the wheelbarrow. She placed her viola very gingerly next to my saxophone. I attached the rope to her donkey in the wheelbarrow and climbed onto the worn saddle. 1, 2, 3, go! Wilder started trotting, letting a small breeze flow across my face. Okay, that's all I'll tell you. Well, don't get mad. I only said one thing. If you are needing for more, then I guess I must go on. As we rode into the village, she played a tune on her viola. After a while, we started to hear people shouting and going around with their hustle and hurry. Then it got darker, so we made camp right outside the village. I easily fell asleep until the sun came out. I looked around for Sally. She was nowhere to be seen. The wheelbarrow was still there, and so was Wilder. Sally had not even left a note. I wonder what happened. Wilder was not looking so good. She looked rather sick. I walked in case she couldn't support my weight. As I trudged along, a miracle happened. We met a farmer. He was out on his plow as we approached the farm. Excuse me, something has happened to my horse, I said. He answered in an overwhelming southern accent. Let me have a look. Has there ever been with a he horse? No, but she's been with a donkey, if that's what you mean. Who's gonna have a mule? Give her lots of food and let she rest through the night. I felt kind of scared, but I don't have a place for her to sleep. He replied in a thick southern accent. Put her in my barn. We'll see about that. A relief spread over my face as the overwhelming words echoed in my ears. Just work for me in return, he said, apparently not seeing my expression. But then I didn't care. I just went with the flow. I wasn't planning on spending my whole day working, but I did it for Wilder. I got sweaty after half an hour of working. After 2 hours, my arms hurt. After 5, I was done with it. But I kept going. I kept working, and I even skipped lunch. Well, except for 2 eggs I hid from the chickens. That isn't stealing, is it? Nope. It was almost dinner. I took a few more eggs and also cooked them in their kitchen and took one little loaf of bread. That isn't stealing, is it? Of course not. I decided to camp outside the barn. I checked on Wilder every once in a while. But around 10, I fell asleep. I was awakened by the farmer very early. Get up, Hers just had a baby, he said. I just stumbled into the barn. He pointed a flashlight at Wilder. A tiny mule was taking Wilder as she kept dozing off. I then easily slept and left sometime in the morning. I let Sappy, that's what I call the mule, help with pulling the wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow was going very faster than usual, so I shortly arrived in town. By then I was rather hungry, so I took $2 from someone's pocket and got myself a pastry. That's not stealing, is it? No. I walked around until I took out my saxophone and my hat. Then I started playing. People dropped money into my hat. More and more coins plummeted with tiny clinks. After a short while, I stopped. $18 was there. Maybe if I took $100 from someone, maybe then I could rent a small cabin. I slipped across the streets looking in mailbox after mailbox until I found checks, a checkbook. I could go to the bank. I deposited one in a wooden slot and made a disguised voice. 100 clean, crisp dollars came out into my hands. I put the checkbook back into the mailbox. That isn't stealing, is it? No way. I got a tiny woodshed for $58. There wasn't running water, but there was a well in the bed. That's where I am right now. I stayed there for quite a while. I decided to get some lunch. Right now, as I step into a nearby cafe, I smell food. $1 from someone and get myself a sandwich. That isn't stealing, is it? No. All at once, I glimpsed Sally sitting at a table by herself. Yes, I will kidnap her. I have to stop here because my book is too long and Your sister!
We'll take a short intermission, and 15 minutes. We could be back if we could in our seats in 15 minutes. So green roomers, if you will kind of lead the way